Line continuation is a convenient function of the preprocessor. This is something you may not need very often, but when you do need it, it's good to know it's there. Here I have a working copy of working.cpp from chapter 3 of the exercise files. When the preprocessor sees a backslash character immediately followed by a new line, it will silently remove both the backslash and the new line. For example, if I take this hello world here, and just right in the middle of the word hello, I put in a backslash and a new line. And when I save this and build and run, you'll notice that the result is hello world without the backslash and without the new line. So this is useful in cases where a new line is not otherwise allowed, especially in macro definitions. Let's take an example of this. I'm going to define a macro here that will swap two values. And it'll swap to integer values. It's a simple macro, and it's probably not something you'll use in real life. And I'm just going to define this on multiple lines like this. This uses a bitwise XOR operator to swap two values. It's a little Boolean mathematical trick. Now, obviously, this won't work the way that it is. You see all the errors in the IDE. It won't work because a macro has to be all on one line. I could define all of this on one line, and that would work fine. But if I really want it to be readable, I want to have this stuff on separate lines. So I can come out here and I can put in backslash characters at the end of each of these lines. And there cannot be anything after the backslash character. There can't be any space here. That won't work. It needs to be the very last thing on the line. Actually, what this does is the preprocessor will take out that backslash and the new line, and it'll end up putting all of this on one line. And so this just makes it a little bit more readable. And then I can come down here in my code and we'll use this and try it out. First define a couple of integers, and then we'll put in a printf. And now I'll call our swap macro, and I call it just like it were a function like that. And then I can take this printf and copy and paste it down there. And now when we build and run, see x is 5, y is 10, x is 10, y is 5. It's a clever little trick. But I'm using it here just to illustrate the line continuation in the preprocessor. So this allows us to create a macro that's on a few different lines. You'll see this used a lot in header files. Again, a lot of these techniques in C++ are going to work better with templates, but it's good to know how this works because you'll see it now and then. So the preprocessor provides a useful line continuation feature using the backslash new line combination. This is really convenient for making complex macros more readable. Keep in mind, all the normal caveats for preprocessor macros still apply.